All right, welcome to the spoiler section for Power Rangers, where we get to geek out and tell you all the details. So where do we want to begin? I literally could not. Okay, Green Ranger.
Yay! Green Ranger!
We do get a Green Ranger tease. This is like their trump card, or well, I can't say trump card anymore. It's completely reminds me of somebody different. But you know, this is their hidden gem that they have. Their most popular series. Joe's favorite character from his childhood. Yeah, I gotta admit. And so they say that for the very end. Basically, the teacher is doing roll call, and he calls Tommy Oliver's name, and he's like, Tommy, and he's not there. But you see his stuff is there, just to let you know that he will be coming in the next film. And so we will get a male Green Ranger.
Fuck it up.
Which don't fuck his design up. Well, Joe, the designs are already fucked up.
Fucked, yeah.
So they're gonna fuck
it up.
this.
We're gonna give it a 0 out of 10. 0.
First 0 out of 10.
First one.
Just
Green
because
Ranger
they fucked
is
up
the
Green
movie. The movie is Green Ranger. That's all you need to know. That's it.
That's the entire.
They better have the dragon sword and the flute. If they don't have the flute, forget it. Joe's gonna flip it. All right. I don't think there's gonna be a sequel.
I don't
you think there's gonna be a sequel?
They have to. Come on.
I'm pretty sure they will.
You think so?
Nothing but Rangers this time.
I don't think there
Nothing
is.
but Rangers.
It's bombing, dude.
So let's talk about the female Green Ranger. So it turns out Rita Repulsa, what we all thought. Yeah. I saw it in the trailer, saw her staff carrying around that green gem. It is the green Power Ranger coin. She was a Green Ranger. I thought it was cool. It was cool with me, especially when they set up Tommy Oliver. Because if you were going to replace Tommy Oliver, you were going to lose me. If Rita was going to be the Green Ranger and come back and she's good. Though that kind of storyline would have probably maybe been cool too. But I needed a Tommy Oliver and we got it. So thank you for that. We got to see a female Green Ranger, which we've never seen before, which was awesome at the beginning of the film. The opening of the film really starts, surprisingly, very dark. In fact, it reminded me of the fan film where they do Power Rangers in a very mature, adult, drug-dealing, blood.
Like that.
In a grim, dark future.
So I think that was an allusion to that, and sort of paying homage to that, and saying, "Hey, this is a new Ranger." I kind of want to see
more of that. They should have extended that.
Yeah.
So basically, Zordon is the Red Ranger. So Bryan Cranston is our Red Ranger. We didn't really get to talk about him in the review, but he did an all right job as Zordon. He just says a few lines. He's out of there. Yep. Bill Hader as Alpha 5 again says a few lines, out of there. I thought I would have hated him as Alpha 5, but I didn't. You know,
he's great.
They're just really not there that much.
He did pretty good.
So we got to see him as the Red Ranger and basically saving the power coins so that in the future, 65 million years later, we can get this team to pick up the fight and continue on. So yeah, the designs basically. They threw out a bunch of insults at Transformers. Well, I don't know insults, but references to Transformers. Don't do that. Don't do that, especially when your film looks exactly like it's copying Transformers.
Yeah,
they even tried to copy
it. When the Megazords, or one of the Zords, smashed the car.
It was a Camaro. Yeah, it was a Camaro, yellow and black. Sorry, Bumblebee. And it was like, like their shit is so much better. They're like,
it was awful.
Yeah, and when the Zord combines together, unfortunately, the Rangers don't gather in a central command center. I would have loved to have seen that. Unfortunately, they're in separate cockpits. I only see 3. There's one in the middle, 2 on the GGs. I don't know where the fuck the other ones are. Really?
Legs or something.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck that design.
Hey guys!
Again, I hate it.
About that the fucking thing was so ugly.
Yes, the Zord,
the whole
the Megazord.
Original Power Rangers, they had
the
all their super bright colors. You could see their segments. They came together in unity. And this was just like, I want to be Pacific Rim, but uglier. And that's what it was to me.
Uglier, more generic, and looking exactly like Optimus Prime without the
colored
flair.
armor, which is the complete opposite.
I was seriously disappointed. And this is what... I mean, they've laid the foundation. Would I like to see a sequel? Yes, and it could even be the same director, the same writers. That's how good of a job I thought they did on all the stuff there. But tell them, look, the emphasis is not doing that. It's on the fighting. It's on the world. It's on the mythos. It's on the monster designs. It's on the martial arts. It's with being a hero. So if they take it away from Breakfast Club and bring it more towards action and monster movie, you've got it. And I think, and I hope they will do that. Plus, please completely change their suits. Just come up, maybe in the second movie, like all the power coins get destroyed, and they have, basically that's how it works. They've combined power coins and the Zeo crystals into one thing here, where it was separate things. It was the power coin, more technological, and then the Zeo crystals and the Rangers look different. No, they're one here.
As much
so
as
they
I
could
want
just,
to agree with you, they're not going to.
yeah,
no, they're not
I
going
think they will. Well, I hope they will, but I think you're right.
They're not going to.
God damn it. It will have to get the same fucking designs that look terrible because they're going for the Alien Rangers. And even, I hated the Alien Rangers even in the original Rangers where they did that Alien storyline. It sucked. And that's what, these are basically the Rangers we got here. Thankfully, the characters behind the mask are good.
They just fucked up so much. Like, the more you think about it, it's like every chance that they could have put, like, 10 seconds or 15 seconds of a fucking theme or any sounds that would bring back the nostalgia part, like just basic psychological movie stuff to make your audience feel good. They were like, nah, fuck that. Like when they first start fighting the putties and they're all going in, play the fucking Power Rangers song for 15 seconds and we'll be like, all right, we're on board.
And I was disappointed in the putties. I don't think they're an interesting character. Now, I'm not saying the original putties were interesting, but these... Right, we didn't get that. But what I'm saying is the realism. I just don't want my Rangers fighting rocks. Like I saw them doing like that, doing a fucking elbow thing at a rock, and I'm thinking to myself, man, this looks incredibly stupid from if you're just watching it from outside. Instead of like this, just another martial arts fighter against you, which technically the putties were, but they were more comedy. They went for seriousness here, but turned them into rocks. You could have gone seriousness with badass enemy designs and upped this threat level and the stakes.
They were just like punching bags for CGI effects because everyone they punched just exploded to look cool, and it was never like anything like the original show where they were actually a threat and you had to flip them, fight them martial arts like you said. I just didn't like their designs.
They never combine together and give us like a powerful attack with weapons. They don't have weapons.
Well, at the end, what did he put?
Jason's
the
on the head.
sword. Yeah, the sword. They never.
Okay, so they got a weapon at the end. So maybe in the future
when they were first fighting,
he
had
does.
A sword gauntlet. Yeah.
He materializes his sword, but nobody else has a weapon, and you don't combine the weapons for a beam, and so that's not in the film. That sucked as well.
2.
Yeah, it's just I thought the CGI was average. It did well enough to where I didn't feel the necessity for them to use costumes. Though I do think I would have liked if they used big ass costumes and stuff and just stuck with the original cheesiness and said fuck it. But augmented it with CGI here and there. But yeah, it turned into an ugly mess at the end of the film where they're all fighting in Angel Grove, and it just didn't feel right.
It didn't feel like it was resolved because it just was like just done.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like they were fighting in Angel Grove. They were just fighting for Krispy Kreme.
They were fighting for Krispy Kreme. Could you believe this? The crystal that she's looking for, the Zeo crystal, and fucking Billy does all these complicated calculations on where this crystal is, and it turns out, and he's looking in the city, about to get run over. He looks up. There's a fucking Krispy Kreme sign. He's like, Krispy Kreme. He's like, it's over here. And then other characters are like, it's Krispy Kreme. Let's go to Krispy Kreme. Let's go to Krispy Kreme.
And then, like, the next
Krispy
scene,
Kreme is delicious.
Yeah, the fucking next scene, explosion shit. You see Rita, Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.
I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
And then she goes to Krispy Kreme, and there are Zords fighting in the background and shit exploding, and she's like, donuts.
Like a generic commercial, like slow.
And it's slow-mo too, where she's all like sexily sitting down or something like that.
Oh, it's so good.
What the fuck?
There was another show that did this back that used to be on Toonami, and it was called Gios. It was called Code Pizza Hut because every other scene had a fucking Pizza Hut or a Pizza Hut truck in it. It reminded me exactly like that.
I couldn't believe this. It was, I don't know if they thought that they could get away with it to try to make it funny, but it wasn't played for laughs. It was played seriously every fucking time, and except for when she's stuffing her face with donuts, and then it just feels, and by then it's incredibly annoying and insulting, and the theater was like, what the
The first line,
I laughed
couldn't
because
believe
of
this
how
was happening.
ridiculous it
the
was.
first
Yeah.
line
I
was
just
so
like,
good though. It's so stupid. But she's like, the source of all life is Krispy Kreme.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my god.
I couldn't believe they uttered that. They did
actually
that.
said that.
I'm not
Yeah.
shitting you. The
Yeah,
source
I
of
was
all
like,
life is
oh my
Krispy
God.
Kreme. How much did Krispy Kreme? This thing was, I think,
Telling
more
you,
than
they got
$100 million.
funded. He got funded.
This
to
was
make
like
the movie.
Yeah.
50 million came from Krispy Kreme. Because if not, that director or writers have a fucking obsession with Krispy Kreme.
It was
Best free marketing in the world, but no, they paid
was
for that
great.
shit. I just couldn't believe it. Damn, man. So the putties were disappointing. Goldar was completely garbage.
Yep.
She didn't have any other monsters. No tinkerer. Nobody that could build monsters for her. At the end, she which was pretty funny. There are funny, mature jokes in here. It's like, did I just slap her? You know, like they freaking bitch slap Rita into space.
Yep.
I mean, when you write that down, that sounds like we would never put that on screen. No, they fucking bitch slap Rita into space. And then she freezes up and it looks possibly like she's headed towards the moon.
Yeah,
maybe
that's what I was thinking.
Maybe that's what they're, and then
It's gonna be about
the dark
10,000 years.
yeah, the dark side of the moon will maybe melt her or something, or maybe Superman will throw an elevator up there and she'll jump in the
I'm like,
elevator
what
with
the fuck
Nuclear
was she gonna
Man.
do? Like she's
Superman
like
4.
an ant coming at them. What the fuck was she thinking?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. So when they combine the Megazords together to form this fucking CGI garbage,
Oh,
she
God.
jumps in her CGI garbage, and we have a fight between CGI garbages.
Where there's 2 kicks and a suplex.
2 kicks. The suplex I liked,
Yeah.
because you don't expect that you know, you couldn't really do that with guys in suits. So I liked that move at the end. That was the only good move.
Suplexes are always great, especially when you do it to a train.
Yeah. And then bitch slap the villain into space. So that was cool. We didn't get any hints at Lord Zed. Oh, well, I guess she did drop that, you know, there's going to be more people coming for the crystal. So maybe that's Lord Zed. More people.
I really wish she would have had her hat from the original show.
Yeah.
The big, like, jangly
hat or
yeah.
her hair or her fucking spiky boobies. We didn't
Her
get
over
that.
the top
Madonna
eyeliner.
look.
I don't know. I just don't even know why they really picked Elizabeth Banks. It just seems like anybody could have played that role.
Yeah.
I'm just confused. Maybe they were going for a sexy look to her or something, but they never really did that. They never
Except for Krispy
objectified
Kreme.
her or anything like. I guess except for the
at least
She
Krispy
was
you
Kreme.
could
sexy
tell,
posed,
At least
too.
you could tell she was having a good time.
Yeah, so I'll give it that she was having
was
a good
having
time,
fun.
chewing that scenery, doing the Rita Repulsa laugh and shit like that. She does have a confrontation with Yellow Ranger, which I thought would result in maybe a betrayal, or at least maybe Yellow Ranger would use Rita, who says, you need to betray the Rangers and join me and tell me the information I want to know, that would be used later on. But no, the Yellow Ranger goes and says, look, Rita Kaya tried to come over immediately, and I
that
appreciate
bitch
it. I told that bitch no, I didn't say that. But I thought that was cool. So yeah, I don't know, man. Damn.
It just sucked.
Because it sucked, but it was a well done sucked. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to describe here. That it was shot well, the jokes worked, the characters were well done, but the emphasis was in all the wrong places. Plus, all of the design was garbage. Like, fire the design team and rehire a completely new design.
It was okay. So it was like I was okay with the acting and the characters, but I was disgusted at the same time. Like, I was sitting there in the theater, like, I'm okay, but I'm disgusted. I'm okay, but I'm disgusted.
Yeah.
And I
That's
was just
why
like,
you ended up at
out
a
of
5.
five.
'cause
It was
just-
back and forth.
It almost needs to be seen, but you don't need to see this.
It'll
in
be on
theaters.
Blu-ray really
You
quick.
really
I
don't.
think the
I don't even know.
ridiculousness of it is what pushed me up a little further. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, I was actually laughing
Yeah.
at it. Like,
It
was
does have-
legitimate laughing.
I think it does have fun with itself at certain
Yeah.
times, where it turns in a little bit into self-parody, and you got to do that with Power Rangers. But like I said, emphasis, wrong places. Me and Joe incredibly disappointed. Not what we wanted.
Not at
Hopefully,
Nope.
the next film we'll go Rathacon on this shit, and we'll see Lord Zed. That'll take it up a notch. That'll take it
We
into
can
the
hope.
serious angry or serious villain.
Unless they just don't do Zed and they just do the Green Ranger stuff.
I'm pretty sure the next one, if they do one, is going to be Zed. It's going to be Green Ranger with some monsters and new enemy types. Because we don't want them punching rocks again. It was just fucking stupid.
I was waiting for the whole nostalgia feeling. Didn't get it till one scene.
What scene was that?
One scene when I saw Amy Jo and Jason David.
Oh shit!
I saw them too. I'm like,
Yeah.
I got excited. That was the only part I got excited. I was like,
caught
oh my
that too. I was like,
God.
oh my god, it's old Kimberly.
And that's the only part.
So at some point when the Zord has defeated the enemies and the people are taking pictures, they're like, yay, our saviors. It was Green Ranger and Pink Ranger, the actors from the original. And I really, really like this because I thought that Power Rangers made a huge mistake because Green Ranger and Pink Ranger were boyfriend and girlfriend, and they made this huge mistake where out of nowhere in one of the seasons, it was like season 3 when Amy left the show, she sends him a letter, a Dear John letter, like, I'm breaking up with you. And it was like, what the fuck? You know, they don't end up together. It didn't make any sense because they were together this whole time and they had formed this bond. So to see those two together as if they were a couple taking pictures, it's like huge fans of Power Rangers can be like, yes. They ended up together.
That was the only part.
They ended up together in the end, and we got that little send-off, and they did it right there. So, yeah, they did that. I mean, I want to see Tommy as the Green Ranger, but he's too old to be in high school. But he could probably still do it.
I don't know.
He's going to be the principal who's like, I got this.
Well, he was like a mentor type of character in the other one, so it's possible.
If most of their money came from Krispy Kreme, and we're just guessing here, the next movie is going to be the return of Krispy Kreme.
The next Ranger, you know what? There's going to be a fucking Krispy Kreme Ranger. I swear to God.
Oh my God.
He's going to be white and green.
Fucking
And
Tommy.
Tommy is going to be
Tommy's
Krispy
His
Kreme.
helmet's gonna have a giant donut on top of it.
Tommy's going to be working at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
God damn you.
No, Joe, the
his
suit
morpher.
is Krispy Kreme.
His
And this
morpher.
is no
No,
longer
no.
this. It's going to be like fucking donuts and shit. Spatulas.
It'll be a long john on a
This
hill.
fucking spatula.
It's gonna be
So
an eclair. A fucking eclair.
Dude, the franchise is never gonna live down the Krispy Kreme meme.
No,
So
it's not.
insulting. All right, guys. So thank you very much for watching the spoilers. Put your thoughts down in there. Do you think we're going to get a sequel? What should they do for the sequel? And what spoilers did you want to discuss down in there? And thank you for watching. And we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.
Krispy Kremes.
Let's go get some Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme.